What's up, world?
What's up, world?
Alright, we're going to do a video on why you should focus your attention to the thoughts and the things you do want to happen and not the thoughts and the things you don't want to happen.
So you want to think and focus on what you do want to happen, because these are real messages going out into the universe that will be used for your reality. So anything you're thinking, whether it's bad or good, these messages are being put out there, so it's chances that it can or will not happen. You want to focus your things on the things that you do want to happen, because you can make them happen. You can manifest real things. You can bring positive things into your life, or negative, depending on what you're thinking, what thoughts you're having, you know?
And like your thoughts are always going to be reflected back to you. So like what she's talking about, when you send this thought, this message out to the universe, it almost like hits something, boom, and pings right back to you like a pinball machine, right? It's gonna come right back to you. So whatever you're thinking, that's what you want to think positive. So that's why we say don't think what you don't want, because even if you're saying to yourself, man, I don't want this to happen inside of my reality. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be hungry, or I don't want to live in the States. What you're really saying is that you do want to be poor, you do want to be hungry, and you do want to live in the States, because this is what you're focusing your attention on, and this is what manifests. So the trick is to focus your attention on what you do want. Say, I want to move to the tropics. Instead of saying, even though it's your same thought, your same intention, I don't want to live in the States no more. Instead of saying, I don't want to live in the States, I want to move to the tropics. Now your whole attention, your whole reality is trying to conspire to help you move to the tropics. You know what I'm saying? This is how this works.
Yeah, so just focus your thoughts. You know, a lot of times we can get lost in thinking, and our thoughts are really complex, and we make ourselves, you know, like you can get anxiety from having certain thoughts. So it's just like, focus your attention on what you do want. You know, you can absolutely go crazy living in America and learning the things that you learn every day about everything. Everything's polluted, my air's not clean. You can worry about all of this, but it's just gonna drive you crazy. Like, I think it's better if you just taking those thoughts, if you come across yourself having them, let them go, breathe them out, and occupy your mind with better thoughts. What do you want to do? What do you want to come from this? You know, like just solution thinking instead of like just thinking about all the troubles and the bad things. So just focus your attention on what you do want. Maybe you want to move. You know, what's the first step? Maybe I'll get my passport. Maybe I'll, start eating better. So, all these things, like, just have better thoughts. Don't think about how you're surrounded with all this bad food, fast food. It's so hard to buy organic. Like, do what you got to do. Have good thoughts, feel good about what you're doing, and,
Yeah. Instead of thinking like, oh man, we can't get no organic food, how about you get some gratitude and think like, I appreciate the local farmers. I appreciate the stores that do carry organic produce. So now you're creating more of that instead of more of what you're saying you can't stand. Ain't no organic food, or, oh man, the sky's filled with chemicals. Like, this is a fact and everybody's already aware of it. So it's like, instead of focusing your attention on that, focus your attention on how there's a place where they don't spray chemtrails. You said the sun might be too bright. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no chemtrails in that sky. Not a chemtrail. So there are places like that, and maybe you should focus your attention on how you can get to a place like that instead of what's going on in your current reality, you know? You got to use your mind, your imagination, and create a better reality for yourself. And a good way to slow your thoughts down is like through meditation or like breathing exercises. And this ain't like a taboo thing. Like, you don't have to do it for hours. You ain't got to astral project and all this other stuff. All you have to do is just sit down and just be quiet for a second. Especially if you live in that Western society or that industrial civilization, like it's always the go, 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 highways, and everybody's moving, got to get to work. You just want to slow yourself down, come out of that for a second, and close your eyes and breathe. Focus on the breath, because this is everything that you are. Take in that air and push it back out, and try to silence your mind. And as you're breathing, you might recognize that a thought comes up. Oh, I got some homework to do later. Oh, I got to do this for work tomorrow. I got to do this for my baby. Like, all these thoughts. But this is not what you're focused on right now. You're just focusing on the breath. So when you notice these thoughts coming in your head, breathe them up and exhale them out and let them pass. And don't beat yourself up for thinking. You know what I'm saying? It takes time and it takes practice. But just let it flow. Let it keep going and go back to the breath. Always go back to the breath.
And program your thoughts, A lot of us are already controlled by a lot of programs that we're not aware of. So, like, watching TV, listening to music, it makes your mind think certain thoughts that have to do, maybe it's a lot of negative things, maybe a lot of violent things. maybe your surroundings is just like uncomfortable and safe, and change all of that. Is just like programming your thoughts. Maybe let go of some of them shows and movies that has you thinking bad thoughts. Maybe places that you feel uncomfortable in. Maybe you need to go find a little nature park near you and, clear your mind and think happier thoughts. And even the people, your friends, like those are your thoughts too. Whatever thoughts they're having, you're having. So, programming that, like maybe getting a new friend that thinks more positively, somebody that's more supportive, you know, program your thoughts. Focus your thoughts on the positive, love, peace.
Yeah, this is real. Because we taking in thoughts everywhere we go. Like she said, from TV to the people you around to social media. Like you scrolling and maybe you wouldn't even read nothing about Trump or thought about nothing with Trump. But then somebody says something on social media. So now that person's thoughts and way of expression become your thoughts and your way of expression. So we got to like limit that, Only follow people that's doing what you want to think about, what you want to see. Don't follow people that's feeding you what you don't want to see and what you don't want to think about. It truly becomes like that easy. But like she said, we used to watching TV. We used to playing video games. We used to like taking our attention and focusing on something that don't matter. So we got to consciously do it until it becomes a subconscious habit. I'm bored. Maybe I'm hungry. Nah, I just ate. So instead of eating, I'm going to take a walk. Oh, I'm bored. Well, what can we put on TV? You know what? Instead of watching TV, maybe I'll try to read a book for a second, or I'll meditate, or maybe I'll just play a game with my kids. Let's go old school. Like, let's play some Uno. Let's just play something, Then we ain't got to get this unnatural lighting from the television tonight. Let's do something different.
Yeah. So just focus your thoughts, program yourself to be better, to be positive, to be of love, any thoughts that make you feel uncomfortable or make you uneasy, breathe those out, let them go, let them come, let them go.
Yep.
And occupy your mind with better thoughts. It's all in your control.
And always remember, the trick is what comes into your reality is what you're thinking about. No matter how you say it. I don't want this. It don't matter. You focus your attention on it and you thinking about it, it's going to manifest. The universe don't understand that word don't. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want this to happen. I hope this don't happen. I don't understand that. All I understand is what you're saying. It's gonna build on that. You know what I'm saying? So always think what you do want to happen.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Give me some of these organic vibes real quick. We at the river.
Yeah, see that flow?
A little flow.
Let it flow.
Pups. Peace and love.